In today's video, I will be talking about when we will see Grogu next, as well as a reason why it will probably be a very long time. By the way, if you're new here and you're not subscribed, consider subscribing and maybe even dropping a like. It's free and helps out the channel so much. And with that being said, enjoy the video. It seems like just a few days ago, the entire internet was exploding with Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda memes, Baby Yoda merchandise, everything that you could think of. And for some odd reason, Baby Yoda, one of the most relevant pieces of internet history, has become somewhat irrelevant. It's not surprising though, because of course The Mandalorian was so big, and then in the Star Wars community we got The Bad Batch and a few other things like Star Wars Visions. We haven't even seen The Mandalorian in so long. And by the way, the next piece in that kind of storyline is going to be the Book of Boba, which we probably will not even see The Mandalorian in. It's so shocking to me that a character that is literally so important to the Star Wars story has been completely forgotten about. I mean, not completely forgot about, but has become irrelevant. He's not just a huge part in The Mandalorian, but he also plays a huge part in the sequels. Not in the sequels, but we are now learning that he was definitely involved in the sequels. And by that, I mean Snoke or Sidious. So obviously there is a huge storyline that's going on in the background. I mentioned this in another video, but there has been a giant storyline that's been building up that has seemingly come to an end with the last episode of The Bad Batch. Now, unfortunately, it's definitely going to be a very long time until we get to see Grogu again. Now, I know what you might be thinking. The Mandalorian Season 3 has already been announced, and I believe it's already begun filming. And Baby Yoda is such a huge and crucial part to The Mandalorian. But we cannot forget what The Mandalorian is about. It's not about Grogu, it's about The Mandalorian. So unfortunately, we're probably not going to see him in The Mandalorian, which just further shows that we are definitely not going to see him for a very long time. And what I have next to say is probably going to be even further proof that we are definitely not going to see him for even longer. I'm sure you haven't forgotten who we last saw Grogu with, Luke. And I know this was a big talking point and everyone was talking about it, that we're definitely going to see Grogu with Luke. But unfortunately, that means that we're also not going to see him for a very long time until we see some kind of content revolving around Luke, like a Luke TV show or even movie. But before you get sad and start crying because you're a baby, there is another way that we could see Grogu. We might be able to see Grogu in the Kenobi show, with flashbacks from the Jedi Temple, since we already know Grogu was at the Jedi Temple at one point. So I think it's safe to assume that Grogu may have been there during the Jedi Massacre. And of course, we will undoubtedly, I can't talk, I'm sorry. But of course, we will hopefully get to see some flashbacks. Unfortunately, since the show is revolving around Obi-Wan, this scene would most likely be brief or even somehow connected to Obi-Wan's plot. Also, it might be included in some kind of cliffhanger, like at the very end during an after credit scene like they did at the end of the Mando. We see kind of a brief flashback or something regarding Baby Yoda or Grogu that could kind of give us hope and kind of pull us back to the Grogu and Mandalorian and Luke Skywalker storyline that's been building up in the background. In my opinion, that would be the best way for them to do it. And also, of course, that would mean that we might be able to get to see Grogu a little sooner than we thought. So most likely we're going to be able to see him next in content revolving around Luke Skywalker. And it's also possible that we might see him in the Kenobi show. And that was today's video. If you enjoyed this video as well as this style of content, then make sure to like and subscribe, or I will hide pork poop in your Jawa juice. And with that being said, I really hope you all have a wonderful day, and as always, may the Force be with you all.